Hello everybody, my name is Eric Bird. I'm your host here at StopStrugglingNow.com, and today we're going to be talking about business credit. But look I'm downtown at Grand Illusion. Merch, that means I'm getting more merch. We have new t-shirt, motivational t-shirt coming out, should be here by the end of the week. I was hoping it was going to be last week. That's right, men's, women's. Go to the website, StopStrugglingNow.com, and get your SSN merchandise. And so the business credit. Please stay tuned. This is how you start it. This is how you can understand how to do it. And then you'll find out about the SSN, Stop Struggling Now, business credit program. So please, like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back. So today, we're talking about business credit once again. I have previous videos, so there'll be a link down below on the previous couple of videos regarding business credit, because some of you are new subscribers, so I want to thank you. And a lot of my previous subscribers, you guys may have seen some of this before. But either way, just to get everybody up to speed, I'm going to have a brief overview, because people keep contacting me about business credit, and they keep saying, well, I signed up with Quill, and then I applied for a credit card, a business credit card. Well, there's a reason why you may have been turned down. Several. One is, when you apply for a business credit card, do you have revenue already coming in? Do you also have a decent paydex score, or whatever credit you have for your business, is it reporting to Experian or TransUnion credit, business credit? Is it reporting to Dun & Bradstreet? There's all kind of reasons why you may be turned down. Maybe it's because you don't have enough accounts. Some people don't understand that one account or two accounts is normally not enough. So what we're doing is bypassing or speeding everything up, so you can get things done in 3 to 6 months. And by the time you're around 8 or 9 months, that's when you have enough accounts, and that's when the credit card, the business credit card companies are sending you offers for you to say, sign up for us. All right? So just keep all this in mind. Don't think this is a quick fix. The only person that can do a quick fix is a person that's going to say, okay, I have a 700 and plus credit score. I want business funding, so I'm willing to do a personal guarantee. Personal guarantee means if I want a business loan, I give them my social security number, and now they're going to give me a loan, but it's also going to be based on my credit score. And if I default on that loan or go behind, then potentially they could go after my assets if I default. First of all. Second of all, it could also go on my personal credit score. So just keep all that in mind when you want to do personal guarantees. There's nothing wrong with doing personal guarantees, because if you have a personal credit score of 700 and above, you can bypass a lot of setups for business accounts and business credit. You can move along quite fast. In other words, you can knock down, instead of it taking 7 to 9 or 10 months, you can go down to 2 months or even 1 month, depending on your credit score. Just letting you know. So we're going to start this. I'm right here on the Stop Struggling Now YouTube page, and if you haven't seen these previous videos, or you can scroll through and take a look and see that we have videos that are a myriad of different ways to help yourself improve yourself, whether it's financially, whether it's through personal credit, business credit, basically motivation. There's a bunch of different things that I talk about, and it can help a myriad of people. So anyhow, let's get down to the basics, because everybody should know this. You should start out, if you're starting from scratch, if you already have a business. A lot of people think that because they do business with people, that it gets automatically reported to Tradelines, or your Tradelines get automatically reported, which they may not. So that's one thing where people think, I've been in business for 5 years, so obviously I have something. No, not necessarily. Not everybody reports to business credit because you do business with them. So this is why you want to start out. This is for even it doesn't matter if your business is 3 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old, zero. You're starting out today. You still want to build business credit, and you want a Dun and Bradstreet number, and you want your own EIN number. So just keep this all in mind. You want to set up a business, LLC, easiest one to set up in most states. You just go to the Secretary of State. You pay anywhere from $50 to, I don't even know the highest, $200. I've never even seen anything $200. Mostly everything's like 150 or less. But anyhow, you go to that state, you file your LLC. And people ask me about LLCs all the time as well. And I'm just going to tell you straight out, I'll make another video about it. But here's the deal. If you get an LLC, let's say you live in anywhere else but Wyoming, anywhere else but Nevada, anywhere else but Delaware, those are the most popular ones. What's going to happen is you can have an LLC in those states, no problem. But if you say, I'm going to run my business also out of a different location, let's say a different state altogether, and let's say it's Florida, then what's going to end up happening is you can have an LLC, but if you're doing business and running your business out of, trying to run an LLC out of Florida, the one that you have for Nevada, you're eventually going to need to have a foreign LLC. So you're going to have to apply for a foreign LLC, and you're going to have to pay your annual fees here in Florida, because I'm in Florida right now, and you're going to have to pay your fees in Nevada. And in Nevada, you'll have your normal LLC, but in Florida, you're going to file your Nevada corporation as a foreign corporation in Florida. And you're going to pay fees and taxes and everything here because you're conducting business and you're doing business in Florida. So just keep all that in mind. In other words, what I would probably do is, if you want to start thinking about exponential numbers, you have an LLC in Nevada, you build business credit with the LLC in Nevada, you make that like a holding company, meaning you may not even run business out of there, except for you want to collect business out of there and you want to pay bills out of there, let's say. And therefore you'll have revenue coming in, and you can get loans for businesses based on revenue. In fact, I haven't mentioned this before when I've run the business credit, but if you have PayPal account and you have money coming through your PayPal account almost on like a weekly basis, a daily, every few days, and it comes through every few days, every week, and it's like clockwork for the last 6 months to 12 months, then you can apply for a PayPal capital loan. Their fee is kind of hefty. I mean, you can get a $20,000, $30,000 loan, and they might charge you $2,500 depending on how fast you want to pay it back, but you only pay back based on your revenue coming in from your PayPal account. They take, if you want to sign up for 10%, 15%, 25%, every time a payment comes, let's say you signed up for the 15%, $100 comes in, $15 they take off automatically, you'll have $85 in your account. That's how they give you the loan and feel good enough to give you the loan, because they know they're going to get the money back because they're going by your revenue history. So that's a way that a person can get a loan if you already do business and have funds coming through on PayPal, and you can apply. It's like you can find out when you go to paypal.com, and then you'll see PayPal business loans or business credit, and you'll find out more info about it. But that's a way a person can get a loan to start their company if they already have revenues coming in. And it could be personal and it could be business, but you'll want to run it on a business with an EIN number. And everybody who doesn't know, you go to irs.gov. That's where you get your EIN number for your business. So the bottom line to the story is, everybody needs to relax, and this is like, you want to, when you're doing your business credit, you want to slowly do it. You don't want to try and rush it. You want to build it, because the more you build it, the end result in 9 to 12 months, that's all it can take. It can be less than that too, but in 9 to 12 months, then you can go places and say, hey, give me apply for something, and you'll be like 45,000, 30,000, 20,000. You'll be able to get multiple business loans or business credit cards or business funding. You'll have a varied array of places you can get money from if you need it to fund your business. So just keep all that in mind. And you want to make money. A lot of people think that all I'm going to do is get business credit, like I'll apply for the Quill, then I'll get the Granger, then my Paydex score is 80, then they think they're going to apply for something like a Dell or an Apple or what is the other favorites, Walmart, Sam's Club, whatever. People are thinking, you know, the fleet cards, and then you get turned down, and you say, why did I get turned down? Well, it's because normally you have to have revenue, you have to show you're in business, and you have to show that you have credit. Simple. It's business. They're thinking, how are we going to get paid back? So anyhow, let's get down to business. Everybody knows Quill. That's up first. Quill.com. That's up first. With Quill, what you want to do, I always say order $100. Some people, you order $50 or more. But either way, $50 or more. But here's the secret. See this right here? $31.99 was on the screen for the paper. Let's say I order $31.99 of paper. What else do they have over here? And let's say I order this mix. No, that's free. Let's see. Well, they got 25 cash back. But let's say I ordered these stickers, Post-its, and this, and I ordered $40 worth of stuff. That'll be like 70 some dollars. Well, here's the thing. Sometimes they break these up. They invoice you. They break it up to where the Post-its will be shipped from one location, the paper will be shipped for another. It won't count, so to speak, when they report. So they won't report that you bought $70 worth of stuff. They'll report breakdown of two. One's $32 and one's $40. So they'll break it down separately, and then it won't report because it's under $50. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you order the same item for more than 50. That's all I'm going to say. So in other words, just keep it simple, 2 paper boxes. That'll be $61. Simple, right? But all I'm saying is whatever you order, I mean, ink is obviously over $50, so you can order ink and that would qualify straight out the box. So that's what you want to do. Now, before we do anything with Quill, Granger, Uline, again, EIN number first. Well, LLC, IRS.gov gets you your EIN number. Then you want to go to Dun & Bradstreet, DNB, DunandBradstreet.com. All right, I should have had it up. But you go to Dun & Bradstreet, then you apply and get your DNB number. Dun & Bradstreet will then call you and say, welcome to Dun & Bradstreet. You need to pay for this $1,500 or $2,000 package. You do not. Hang up the phone on them. They're trying to collect money because the DNB number is actually free. So that's how they make money. And then a lot of people believe that for whatever reason that they need to send these guys $150, $200 a month when you don't. Once you go to Dun & Bradstreet and apply for get your DNB number, that's when you come to Quill, and that's when you start building your credit. That's when you order and give them your DNB number. After you order, here's what's going to happen with Quill. They're going to say, or you can order online, and then you hit net 30. All right? You don't, sometimes you don't even have to, you used to not to have to put in your social. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you do need your social. But they're only going to, this is so you can get reported to Dun & Bradstreet. And they'll start doing some other things when you do everybody else, like Granger and Uline. And I'm talking about Wells Fargo secured card, but Wells Fargo is a different case. You're going to have a Wells Fargo account, whether it's online or go down to the bank and open an account. But you get a Wells Fargo secured business account, they start reporting, and you could be reported to Experian business as well. So this is how Quill, Granger, and Uline, they're all going to work the same way. So when you apply, here's Granger, here's Uline. What you want to do, whether it's over the phone or online, you want to get a net 30. You do not want to pay anything today if it's avoidable. If they will not give you a net 30, they might say you got to make at least one payment with us or two. Sometimes, but most of the time, if you're already established, have your LLC, have a DNB, have a business address, and you looking official, have a business phone number, they will say, okay, we'll give you net 30, especially when it's only 60 to 120, 130 bucks. Most of the time they give you the net 30. And obviously you wait till the thing comes. A lot of people think the items you purchased, they're like, well, I bought the item, so I'm going to make payment as soon as possible. What you want to do is you want to make sure the item is received, because you want them to show that you received it. So you wait till you receive the item, you wait a week later, then you can pay if you want to pay early. But do not pay before you receive the item and give it a few days for the system to update, then you pay. All right? The other thing people get confused about, they'll call up and they'll say, hey Eric, I bought the quill, I bought the Granger, and I did it in November. Or in this case, for my example, I'll say I did it in October 1st. And I checked, and Dun & Bradstreet, I checked NAV, and there's no reporting. Well, here's the thing. They do not necessarily have to report in the 30 days or after you made your payment. Sometimes they'll wait 2 months. Sometimes they'll wait 3 months. So that's why I say my timelines for people getting into their business where they want it to be, that's why I always say 6, 7 months, 8 months, because you never know if these guys are going to report in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And that's when your clock starts ticking. It's not from the time you order, it's from the time they actually report. So if they report from your order from October 1st and they delay and say, okay, November 30th is the first reporting, that's when it starts, basically. Okay, that's on your credit file for your business credit file. So keep all of this kind of thing in mind and don't try to rush. You have to build this slowly if you want the end result to be awesome. All right? And I want to say, I'll give a shout out to somebody who's listened to me, because everybody knows you could have hit me up at eric@stopstrugglingnow.com and I help you. No guru zone, for free. But things are about to change a little. I still help people. It doesn't even matter, even though I have a program out where we charge people, but I help people for free. So I'm going to give a shout out to Abraham, who has listened to me over the last 7 to 9 months. He called me up all the time, emailed me, asked me questions, and said, hey, what do I do? He followed the playbook. And now he's getting credit cards from who you would not even imagine. They're sending him things in the mail saying, here, we want to give you a business credit card. We want to give you business loans. He doesn't have to do anything at this point because he built his credit file and he has the 8 business trade lines. He has the 9, the 10, the 11. He should be up to 10 or 11 right now. And he was only up to around 7 or 8 when it started happening because he was building the correct way. So he has all these payment histories going on his credit file, and he was improving his own personal credit score, and he has business with or banking with some of these institutions. And so most of you guys know that I say, hit me up so I can get you into DCU Credit Union, Penn Fed Credit Union, Navy Federal Credit Union. And yes, Navy Federal Credit Union sometimes have specials where they allow people, or I'll put it this way, they're lenient on signups. And then other months during the year, they're like strictly, hey, are you in the military? Are you a spouse of someone in the military? Are you a child of someone in the military? There's strict guidelines. Sometimes they have these like 2-week, 3-week periods where they'll allow siblings or cousins, family-related individuals to sign up. I mean, you just never know, so you have to try. But you can have your business accounts and business checking accounts with these credit unions, and these credit unions give out loans. So you have to keep all this in mind. It's not just a simple, I'm going to go with Bank of America or Wells Fargo to get an unsecured loan or unsecured funding. Funding can come in a myriad of different places. So therefore, I'm trying to keep this short and sweet. That's why I'm kind of going faster than usual, because I get these questions all the time, and people don't understand that it's not like personal. Personal, you can do authorized user trade lines, you can do get primary trade lines, and you can boost your credit score literally 30 days or less. But with business, you can only go as fast as the business gets reported onto your business credit file. So that's why you want to get all this signed up in Dun & Bradstreet. Then you want to go to TransUnion, and then you want to use NAV, which also is where you can log in and check your business credit and see your business credit file. Or we'll talk about something. You can sign up into my business credit builder program. But before I get into that, I will finish up with Uline, Granger, and Quill. These are the first three things you want to do out the box. This is going to cost you money. So therefore, you want to be in business. You just don't want to, or you can set it up if you're not in business, but you want to have revenue for your business no matter what in reality. All right, you can build business credit without revenue as long as you just pay this. But keep in mind, you got to have a business bank account. You don't want to have an LLC and you're using your business bank account for your own personal piggy bank, because then a person can pierce your corporate veil. So what I'm trying to tell you is, you set up, you have to fund your bank account. The ideal scenario is you fund your bank account. You always keep records of you funding that. That's a commitment to your corporation. And I guess I'll get into LLC too, because in an LLC, you want to put in your articles of incorporation that you're funding the account and it's worth X amount of dollars. I've mentioned this before when I have an LLC discussion. You want to put down that Jane Doe, if that is you, or John Doe, if that is you, you want to say you put in 100% or 90% if you have another person, but it does not matter. You got to put in your percentage that you invested into the LLC and how you're going to take the funds out. So therefore, you can say I invested 100% and we have 5 million shares. Your 5 million shares are valued at, pick a number. All right, 5 cents. There you go. Okay. So you can do the numbers. So that means your company's worth what? If at 5,050,000, that what is that? $250,000 is basically what it looks like on paper. This is how we do it. So now when you go down the path for a loan later on, they look through your articles of incorporation, they see you have potential money that looks like money that has a value. Okay? That's how you want to do it. And at that point, you will be able to sell shares if you wanted to. So now you can have investors, so to speak. You can say, hey, I'll give you 1 million shares or 20,000 shares valued at whatever for your 10,000 investment. Think about it. There's different ways to get funding. And if you set up your LLC or corporations or incorporation correctly, you can do many different things. But let's get back to the first part. So the first three is simple. Quill, Granger, Uline. I went over that already. Next up, Wells Fargo secured card. I've mentioned this before. And again, the Wells Fargo secured card, you need to have a Wells Fargo account. That's the ideal scenario, unless they've changed it in the last 30 days. But you need to have that. And again, if you have a 700 credit score and up, you can get you'd be able to get a secured, or not secured, but an unsecured business credit card, because they'll use your personal credit score, so you'll PG it. When you go for the secured card, they also are going to use your social security number, and they're going to report to your personal account as well as your business account, unless something has changed in the last 30 days, because there has been talk of they might not report to both. So, but anyhow, you want to double check with them when you call in or if you apply, but you're going to call in and double check with them for when you apply who they're going to report to, because everything changes in the credit world every now and then. All right. Now, with all that said, let's just say for the sake of argument, you're going, hey, Eric, man, I got to make this easy. Can you make this easier for me? I say yes. So what happened is, after all this time, I keep getting all these messages. If you want to do it yourself, the beauty of doing this yourself with a program, and here's the program. Right here, you can go to stopstrugglingnow.com, and on the front page, you'll see this link up here that says Business Credit Program. And this price I'm going to have is going to expire November 30th. I'm trying to help people out here. All right, this is very, very inexpensive. But what this does is it allows you to go online and do, it's like a course setup. So in other words, it walks you through everything step by step. So you can go do the course, and then it'll tell you if you wanted to start out from scratch. You can check your business name. You can check your EIN number. Okay? You can see all of that right here. Here's some of the things right here. So this starts you from scratch. And from once you start from scratch for one company, you'll be able to duplicate this with several companies. Once you learn how to do this, you'll never lose it. And for the rest of your life, you'll be able to set up your own business credit. Now, the other beauty of this program, not only does it start from scratch till the end, it'll also have the Quill in there, the Granger in there, the Uline in there, the Hardware Express in there, the Monopoly. They'll have a bunch of things in there that you'll apply step by step, and it'll tell you what you qualify for based on what you've already applied for. So it actually gives you the guidelines and the help that you'll need so you don't have to guess. And people don't understand that there's underwriters that fund this. Just like when you get a mortgage or get a loan, there are underwriting guidelines is what they call it. Underwriting guidelines is when there will be something like, okay, we need a 80 paydex score, which is your Dun & Bradstreet. 80 paydex score, we need them to show 3 different business credit trade lines, and we need to see that they make $1,000 a month. I mean, that could be the thing. Or we need their tax returns, or the company, the Schedule C or whatever you're going to use for your tax returns to show that they're actually in business. We'll need to call up the number 411 and check if they're credible. We need to check if their address is residential or business. All those kind of things are what you would call, that's what underwriters look at. So if you come to a place and they say, and you're running your LLC out of a residential address, an underwriter might see it's a residential address and be like, nope, that doesn't get a loan from us or get any money from us or doesn't get any credit from us because it's a residential address. So I'm going to tell you right now, down below, I got Opus Virtual Office Suites. It's a special price I have, and everybody can get it on the planet. It's $99 a month. And with Opus Virtual, I should have put this up on the screen, but I'll just tell you, the Opus Virtual has a link down below. You can check it out, $99 a month. You get your 411. You get your business phone. You get your business fax number. You get a commercial business address. They actually can answer the phone call and transfer it to you. Hello, Acme Company. Yes, may I speak to Eric Bird? Yes. Can you hold, please, so I can transfer you? They transfer you to your cell phone if necessary. All right? It's pretty simple. They have everything there, and they have different office locations all over the country. So in your state, it's probably there, and several different locations. And if you had to meet somebody there, it's an actual virtual office where there's desk, table, conference rooms. You can actually meet somebody there for actual business. And just like when I go to my favorite location that they have is like in Beverly Hills, California. I wish I could have that address. There is an address, but California LLCs cost $800 a year. And there's so much tax liability, it's ridiculous. So that's why I don't have it there. But an address such as Beverly Hills or New York City is impressive. So if you had addresses like that, but think about this, you're in New York City or LA, and somebody says, hey, you want to set up a meeting, and you say, okay, yeah, come to this office over here, and the office is in Manhattan in New York or Beverly Hills, California. That's kind of impressive. So you get use of other virtual office locations. Now, you use that promo code down below and you don't have to pay the $250 setup fee. So you'll see the Opus Virtual Office. So with all this, as you can see, you're going to spend like $99 Opus Virtual Office. You'll spend $50 to $120, let's say, for Quill. So you're already up to around $220. This will start your business. Then you have your EIN, which is free. Then you have your LLC, which could cost $150 or less. So you can easily see it's going to be $300-400. Now you can do this in stages, but this is not something that you can just say, I'm not doing. This isn't personal. If you're going to be in business, then be in business. You have to spend money to be in business. So don't think you're just going to set up these few accounts and think like, oh yeah, I'm going to get a $50,000 loan from somebody. It doesn't work like that. Unless, again, like I said, you got a personal credit score 700 plus and you want to personal guarantee everything, no problem. Come on down. But anyhow, back to the business credit builder. It's $995. All right? That's it. $995. Nope, wait, I messed up. I'll honor the $995 if you say you saw it on YouTube. We'll take $5 off just for just say you heard me say it was $995, not $999. Here's the beauty of this. When you first start off, as soon as you sign up, we got people that's going to call you. 30-minute initial call so we can understand what you're trying to do. All right? Pretty simple. And on top of that, you're going along saying, hey, you know, you can hit me up, of course, after you sign up with this, but you're saying, hey, Eric, I might need help down the road. Well, you got 1 full year of help. You can just pick up the phone and call. There's people that are dedicated to you, and you'll be helped with going through each process as you start getting more and more cards. Keep in mind, you need, I'm going to say this again, you need 8, 9, 10, 11 different business type credits going on your accounts, whether it's the Experian credit, Dun & Bradstreet, TransUnion, Equifax, whatever. You need at least 8, 9, 10. There's some people who only have 3 or 4 accounts and they're getting credit cards and business funding. There's others that need 8, but I'm telling everybody optimally, we want 10, we want 11, we want 12. Why? Because they see you're in business, you're paying everything on time. Just like if you had $1 million company and somebody says, I want a loan, you're not going to sit there and go, oh yeah, you just got Quill and Granger and now you want $50,000. You're going to say, well, how do I know this guy's going to pay it back? Think about it. But if they saw 12, 13 different vendors and all of them are showing paid on time, all of them, and your Paydex score is like 95, Experian, TransUnion is showing lovely, everything's good, you're low risk, showing revenue that your company's working and making money, of course they're going to give you the money. That's why I say build up to 10 accounts, 8 accounts, 9 accounts, 10 accounts before you start thinking and having these visions of grandeur. So with this online system, $999, but I'm going to honor the $995 price since I said it. So if you hit me up and say, hey Eric, I want to sign up, that's how we're going to do it. So everything that you need for your business regarding credit building is within the back office suite, and you're doing it on your own time so you can understand exactly what's going on. There's no mistake. You can't skip ahead, so to speak, like I'm talking about, like people try to do if they don't have this business suite, right? They skip ahead. But here, you can't skip ahead because you're going to know that you do not qualify for the other things. You're not going to get a fleet card because you have a Quill account. You follow, so no reason to apply. So that's all I'm trying to say. So after you do these first 3 or 4, get a few months worth of payments down, then you can go, of course, you can get your fleet card. All right? You can get other little cards. But don't try to jump out the box trying to think that you're going to be approved for this. Again, unsecured financing right here. Now, it's doable, but again, it's based on your revenue. So I've mentioned this, PayPal does it. There's other companies that do it too. And of course, in the back office. Now, once you get up to your 8, 9, whatever, accounts, business credit accounts, you can go for business funding. You can hit me up and say, hey, Eric, I think I'm ready. Can you see if I'm going to qualify for a $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 credit card or $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 worth of funding? Yes, I can. I can look it up for you, and we can go from there. All right? And I'm not charging you either. You know how these people are crazy these days. The guru zone. What they do, hey, give me $2,500. We'll find out if we can fund you. None of that nonsense. You know how we do it. This is Stop Struggling Now. Stop Struggling Now way. No guru zone. I ain't going to charge you for doing something that cost me nothing but a little 10 minutes, 5 minutes to submit, and then find out within 24 hours if the underwriters are going to approve you. Come on now. Let's get real. All right. So you get your 12 months worth of business advisor, and that's where we come in with the finance officer. So now when you want to get to your business funding, after you've done the first part, then you'll have a finance officer to help you out also. So again, all this is in English and Spanish. So if you speak any Spanish and you do not speak English, you're probably not listening to this. But if you speak English and Spanish and feel more comfortable with speaking Spanish, you can talk to the officers, advisors in Spanish. Me, no habla inglés, muy poquito. That's about it. So let's see, what else do we have here? The credit monitoring. If you want to do that, there's NAV, and they charge a lot of money. And if you go through us, you don't have to pay that much. As you can see on the screen here, $30 per month. That's pretty much it. And there's a whole bunch of myriad of things that you can see on the list. Lots of other choices. And you can see right here, like I said, just go to stopstrugglingnow.com, and then you guys just go here to business credit program, look over this, and then you can hit me up, email at eric@stopstrugglingnow.com. And if you say you want to sign up with this, we can get you started right away. Within 48 hours, we'll have the account set up, or 24 hours, we'll have the account set up in the back office. You can get started and get going, and it's up to you at that point how fast you want to build it. Now, since I'm on this page, stopstrugglingnow.com, you can see here, some of you may not be able to listen or watch on YouTube. So we have an SSN podcast. Stop Struggling Now podcasts are now on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. I can't remember the other ones. But you'll find us out there where it is the video that I'm uploading. So the YouTube video I'm uploading and treating that as a podcast. So I'm only uploading ones like the ones like I'm describing here, even though you may not be able to see it. That's why I'm giving out the names, the places you go to, and who you talk to. So even though visually you can't see it, on the podcast you'll hear me mention the name and where to go. So the other thing, let's talk about the motivational t-shirts. Let's talk about the Stop Struggling Now t-shirts, SSN Media t-shirts. You go to Stop Struggling Now, SSN merchandise. All right, here's what we have right now. But I'm going to tell you, if you're listening to this, I made a special because we reached over 3,000 subscribers last month. I want to thank everybody again for watching. We got free shipping still going on. I'm not charging any tax. And this is going to be good for another month, November 30th. Everybody's who watching this right now, you got a promo code. If you want to get 10% off, you use promo code MOTIVATED, all lower level, no caps, lowercase letters. MOTIVATED is the promo code. M-O-T-I, V as in Victor, A, T as in Tom, E, D as in David. Motivated, get you 10% off the price. And as you can see, the t-shirts are only $25. And again, shipping's included, no tax, and you can get 10% off if you put the promo code. And you can see we got all different kind of sizes up to 3XL, black, gray, white, navy blue. And I'm going to have a new shirt coming out probably in the next 3 to 4 days. It should be printed up, and it's simply going to say, Hustlers Grind. Stop Struggling Now. You know how we do it. It's going to say Hustlers Grind. So we're going to have more coming out as well. And I'm going to add hoodies to this. So if you want a hoodie that says any of the motivational quotes that we have, Just tell me, I want a hoodie in X amount of color. I'll get you a hoodie, because Grand Illusions, they work with me. So Sherry is awesome. She works with every other clothing manufacturers as well. So I'm staying with her. So that's what we're doing. So if you want a certain color in a t-shirt, let me know. Just tell me what the color letters you want. I'll do a special one-off for you. This is customer service. This is how businesses should be. Now, of course, we're talking about a small scale. Of course, I can't do this for 100,000 people calling me up, giving me like 20 different colors. But I would still do it, though, because I can. Talk about customer service. Talk about flexibility. That's what you want in business. So that's what we're talking about right here. And if you haven't seen anything else on this page, if you don't come to Stop Struggling Now, we got Biz Opportunity, the cloud token. It's very interesting. I'm still getting paid every night. Now, there was a withdrawal issue from what I understand, but I haven't had any issue. So we're still rolling with that. The other one, the car company Trip, I haven't been paying attention to those guys, because unless they have unless they have an app, I'm not even going to tell people to sign up for free anymore, because they changed the program overall. Yes, you can still sign up for free, but I'm like, why bother wasting time with that now? We didn't spend a year talking about it, and they're still not up and operational. What else? The blog. In case you missed some of the previous videos, I just on the blog, I write about what I talked about in the videos, and I do additional blogs every now and then and talk about anything, a whole bunch of things that crosses over with business, personal, mindset, because we want to talk about that millionaire mindset every now and then. Financial information. Sometimes I talk about like 60% of the population makes less than $40,000 a year. So on here, you'll see that video that I'm talking about. The date that I put that video out is the date, like right here is the date that will come up. So they're all listed right here. So if you don't understand or you don't believe what I'm saying, like on October 30th, the Standard & Poor's 500 was at a record high, then I have that in here where you can just click on here and you can go see it yourself on CNN or Forbes or wherever any of these are. But you can see all these. The motivational talk when I'm talking about where GE freezes the pension of 20,000 employees. The Sears bankruptcy and pension default. This is what I'm talking about on October 12th. And here's the articles. Here's the information. So you know it's all factual what I'm telling you. That this stuff is not BS what I'm saying. So Darren likes the other thing I like for you people to understand, and the subscribers. You can always come here to Stop Struggling Now and look through here, and there's other information that I may not talk about in videos, but mostly everything on here is what I have talked about, but I may expand upon it a little bit just so you can understand a little further. So anyhow, without further ado, this video has been too long, but hopefully you understand. And there's a few other things. Hold on. Somebody hit me up. Somebody posted in my last business credit, and they said you cannot get business credit funding or business credit cards without a personal guarantee. And I say you may not be able to because you haven't built your credit right. Other people can. So it all depends on who you are and how you built your credit. Business credit is how you're going to be able to get credit cards sent to you pre-qualified already after you have built several business credit lines. All right, so it's not going to be like you can do one or two, because if you only have two or three, they're going to ask you for a personal, your Social Security and a personal and PG that. So just keep all that in mind. So thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support as always. And my last video, the C8 Corvette. Let me know what color. So far, there's a couple of comments were in the last video where people mentioned the Sebring orange is cool and the silver, and they're right. The silver was my second color, but so far nobody's guessed my third color. I'm looking at 3 cars. I've only seen the Sebring orange so far. I haven't seen the silver in person, but the way it shimmies between grayish, dark gray, and white kind of is cool to me. So we'll see about that one whenever I see it in person and get to drive one of these things. And we'll see if anybody ever picks the third one, because I'm There's three choices that I'm going to have, but again, I have to see all three in person, and I'm not one to do just because it's sold out or whatever. I'm just like, look, let's face it. Before I get into that, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. So please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And you know it's hard out here. And because it's hard out here, this is why I'm going to talk about this C8 situation where in the last video, the Corvette guys said they're going to be almost sold out for the first model. Never mind, the convertible's not out, the 06 is not out, the Z1's not out. So I'm assuming you're going to be able to order those, but those probably won't even be out until sometime about a year from now. So all I'm trying to say is don't get caught up in the hoopla. First year, first time, there's always going to be some sort of recalls or whatever. There's also going to be some people who buy the car and in 3 months, so starting when they get deliveries starting at the end of December, in January, you can expect to see some of these cars for sale on the resale market in February, March, or April, because some people are going to get delivery of cars. They get it, and because they didn't see the color, they just ordered it off of those stupid models that they have in the showroom when the lighting is like fluorescent lighting and the lighting's dim and, you know, all kind of crazy lighting situations. They get a car, and then they find out it's not even the color that they thought it was. The interior is not the color, that it doesn't even look right to them, and they're trying to sell it. So there's going to be cars on the market that's going to have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 miles that people are going to be trying to sell, and they're going to be available. So there may be some good deals, or if this keeps going where people really love this car, you never know. They might be marking it up an extra $5,000 to $10,000. Who knows? But all I'm trying to say is they're making this car for everybody. They're not just making like 200 or 300 or 500. This isn't a Lamborghini. You know, so they're going to be making hundreds of thousands of these, and they're going to be available. So you don't have to have this fear of it's not going to be available kind of thing. All right. So just keep that in mind. And that goes with life as well. When the cell phones come out and everybody's spending $1,100, $1,200 for a cell phone, and then a year later, that same cell phone is $500. 1 year. Come on. Let's get real. Why are you giving these companies this money, especially on something that's made over in China or Indonesia somewhere that only really costs $250 to make, and they're gouging American citizens $1,100, $1,200, $1,000? Come on now. All right. With all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.